Space, the final frontier. This is the 2.5-year journey of the build of the Starship Enterprise. Hello, I'm Chris. This is Gross Models. Welcome to Star Trek Build the USS Enterprise NCC 1701D. This is I'm not going to say issue, I'm going to say stage. This is stage 4, because there's only one magazine for stage 3, 4, 5 and 6. So yeah, I'm going to have to get used to saying stages rather than issues for this particular build. In this stage, move me hyperspray out of the way. In this stage we get lots and lots of bits. We've got some metal, oh no, these are plastic. Oh, I thought the outside was metal. These are plastic. That's interesting. They do look to be the same. Oh, that one's metal. That one's heavier. Yeah, that's metal. That's plastic. That one's plastic. Right. Well, they've done a very good job of matching these up. They are identical as far as I can tell. Looking at them, I couldn't tell you which was which. So yes, they've done a good job with that. So we've got some hull sections. We've got lots and lots of windows. We've got some transparent windows and some solid windows, which are quite interesting, clear and dark as they label them there. Yes, so these will be used to fill in the windows, funnily enough. Who could possibly have guessed? These are bigger. That's interesting. I don't know how that's going to work. I thought they would be the same size, but anyway, we'll get to it. I'm sure the instructions will show us the way. We've got the inside reflective pieces, which are these. Got some more escape pods, lots of lights, more screws, and I can't remember what they call this now, a transporter emitter pad, which is quite nice. That is metal as well. Just got adhesive backing on that, so that's quite cool. Yes, so that's all we have. I shall get everything sorted out. I'll put the screws in my box so I know what I'm doing. Actually, I won't. I'll use these screws out of the packet and then put the remainders in the box. But I'll get everything ready and see what we've got to do to sort it all out. Right, as it says, as you can see, these are the panels we're going to be doing. Obviously, we've got nothing else out there. We've got the little bit of the bridge section, but this doesn't connect to anything as yet. But we'll be getting on with that. First things first, it says to push the 6 escape pod covers onto the rear of deck panel B. This is obviously deck panel B because it's got 6 escape pod covers. 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 on there, but there's more to put onto a couple of the other bits as well. So I shall cut these off of the sprue. Now these, you don't have to be terribly exact or precise because the way they connect onto the sprue is not visible on the front at all. It looks like they're going to go from behind. Now you need to get them the right way up though. The red line is going down the bottom on there. I believe that's exactly the same way round as it was from the other one. So they're not an overly tight fit, but they're tight enough. So that's going onto there. That one in there. May or may not need gluing in. I'm not entirely certain as yet. Now I have been made aware that there might be some light leak issues going forward. So I might well be doing some painting on the inside of this. Yeah, they're going to need sticking in of some description. So we'll work on that down the line as well. I'm just going to take off one more of these for now to get this bit done like what it tells us to. Actually, no, they probably won't need sticking down because the back panel is going to go over the back of it, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, that'll work. Right. Now, as I said, these are bigger, but they're different. We've also got some smaller ones. So obviously you've got to make sure you get the right sizes. Are there any bigger black ones? No, it doesn't look like there are. So they're obviously not being used at the moment. We've got black and white windows. Now I'm just going to take these off again and see how they're going to fit in, how they're going to look, if they're going to need any attention. I think it's going to be, I'm going to use this one because, yeah, no, the bit that attaches it to the sprue is much bigger than the window itself. So you really don't need to worry about that. Now, the way that they've got them in the windows, it says insert 15 dark windows into the back of the panel, as well as 15 windows. I assume they're transparent. We have followed the pattern of light and dark windows from the TV show, which I am also going to be doing. So I'm going to take a light one and put it there. Just like that. And a dark one, again, I'm just going to... These are literally just dropping into place. So I'll put that one above it. Little tweezers might be of use, but as it stands, they actually go on there quite well and seem to do the job. I'm going to not bother filming putting all the windows in place because it's boring, basically. So I'll get the windows in place on all of these and then come back when it's time to put the things back together. Right, I've put all the windows in. Now, if you're paying attention, the eagle eyes amongst you may note that I've got these two the other way around. On the official one, it's light, light, dark, 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 dark. But I've just whipped those two around just to make it my own, because it pleases me and it will annoy some people that spot it and think they've got the windows the wrong way around. So yeah, that was why I've done that. Now we're taking these three cables are in fact identical. They're all marked a B and they all have the same colours down them because they're all obviously going into these light panels. So we're going to take the two ends of these. I'm going to use the same orientation that they've done, which is this way up. We're putting that one in that side there and this one in that side like that. So they should provide enough illumination for the entire thing, and then that is going on top of that without moving all of the other things out of the way. I've moved this because that's not the same size, but these three screw holes go in there and it looks like these go outside of that. So let me get those on there like that. 3 screws in there of the BP variety. And yep, that's that. Let's get those 3 screws in. And then I think we've got to do exactly the same again with another panel. So I'm going to put in the first screw just a touch to make sure it bites and holds in place. And then we can make sure everything else lines up before we tighten them all down properly. So hopefully that should be in there. Bulbs are still in the right place. Let's turn it over and check. Yeah, that isn't down at the back, but all the windows are in place. Yeah, that's not quite right over here. Why is that? Right, let me have a poke around. Oh, it's because that's not gone through that hole quite right. So a little bit of readjustment and nudging to get everything in the right place, and that should be that. But I'm going to do that off camera because yeah, I'll probably be swearing at it. Yeah, there we go. Not much swearing, just a little bit, but that's all back in where it should be. All the windows sitting there, they're all just a little bit proud, which is fine. That's obviously how it's intended. So that's that. I was right, we're doing exactly the same again with the other one. So I'll get all that put in. Is there anything different? No, they're 2 escape pods and windows across the top, and then more windows across there. Again, I'll be using the same pattern. I might change one up, I might not. I'll have at least one different, but I might change up different ones on different panels as it goes. This is going to be exactly the same, except there are 3, 4. What? There's 4 bulbs to go into this one. You've got to use both of these to go in from all angles on this one. That's interesting. So are they not going to be lighting up the other? Oh, yeah, that's going to be lighting up that bottom of that bit when that attaches. Okay, I understand now. Right, I'll get the windows in, I'll get the escape pods in, I'll get the bulbs in and screw it all together, and we'll see how it looks before I put the big panels together to each other. Okay, right, I seem to be a few clear windows short, and these aren't mentioned on the instructions at all. So I'm assuming that these are for a different part, and I've got them sooner than I should have. I should have had another sprue of those. But I've had plenty, well, I'll say I've got now 5 spare of those. So what I've actually done is mix up this one again. I've put a couple of dark ones down where it should be light ones because I haven't got enough light ones. But I don't care, it's good enough for me. Right, next up we are fitting the transporter emitter, which is just double-sided tape, so I can take off the backing from that. I can't take off the backing from that. It should be possible to take off the backing from that. There we go. And that just sticks in place in that little recess. It does indeed. That looks fine to me. It's the little details that make everything. So that's that. I've got more escape pods to put in place, again with the red bit facing downwards. Let's get all of those on that one, facing upwards now because I've just turned it over. Red bit, red bit, red bit. Red bit. And the red bit. Cool, so that's that on there. Now this is being attached to the bottom of one of these, the one with the light on it on the top, which is this one, although the light's just fallen off. I did notice that there is actually provision for another light on that one, so this one will take an extra bulb. Whether it's the one that I've got floating around from the top of the other one or not, I don't know. But at the moment, that's going on there like that, and then this is going to be attached over there, somewhere around there-ish. Where's the screw holes? It is that side, and it is right up next to that. It is those 2 screw holes, but they're at an angle, but that's fine. And we're using the different screws for that. We're using the DM screws. So 2 of those. There are 3 in the packet, but, you know, spares, which I shall put into my box. So these are going to hold that together. Now the other one doesn't have anywhere to go quite yet, but it goes down next to this one, I believe. But not next to it this side, it goes over the other side or something, so it can't attach to anything quite yet. So I've put both of those in loosely, make sure everything lines up and fits together properly. Then I can tighten them down. Obviously the M screws because it's going into metal. So that is that. And these are spare. They shall go into my spares pot, as will the screws. But before we go anywhere else, we're going to test it. So we've got our battery pack, our little board. It says to plug these into A, C, and D, and plug the battery pack into F. So we've got A, C, and D. There's D. Let's get that one over there. Get the right way round. Goes into there. This one can go into C because that's the one that I can reach over here. Like that. And that one can go into the top one. I did say A, didn't I? Put it into there. And then when I plug the power into this one down the bottom, we should get some lights come on all across everything. Can't do it. I'd be happy if there was a switch on this battery box, I must admit, but there we go. Yes, so we've got lights coming on, lighting up the windows. All looking good. Some seem a bit brighter than others, depending on where they are in relation to the bulbs, but I'm happy with that. That's working. That's going to go, I think, next to it over here somewhere. Maybe, I don't know. We'll figure it out. When they tell us where to plug it, I shall be plugging it there. So that's that. More lights, all working, except for a slight issue with the different bulbs coming along. I've got 2 spare escape pods and some spare dark windows, and it does say you will be getting spares. Keep them because you might need them later. Obviously, I've used some of them already, so yeah, it's always a good idea to keep the spares. I'll put them in my box. So that's that. That's it for what we call it, stage 4. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you're enjoying it. If you're following along with the build or building it yourself, do let me know in the comments, and I shall see you soon for stage 5. So thanks for watching. Bye bye for now.